it seems we are live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Alchemy of Being channel. And here we are today, the third live on Baby Blessings for Moms, where we have conversations with Nirali Shah about this newly launched service of hers. And we will be starting the conversation soon in a couple of minutes. And before we get there, and before Nirali joins us, let us quickly review what the first and second lives were about. So we started by understanding what in the world is this baby blessing all about, and then we moved on to the importance of baby blessings in the modern times. And today the topic is how a single program called Baby Blessings is supporting moms on many levels. For those of you who know Nirali Shah, you might be knowing that she comes up with innovative and creative programs to transform lives of people. And so, Baby Blessings is one such program or tool that gives an unique opportunity to people in the modern world and people in the modern world to positively influence their babies right in the womb. And to briefly talk, I think I've mentioned this before also, that Nirali's clients lovingly call her the Alchemist of Change for all the creative tools and activities and programs that she comes up with to show that transforming lives can, it doesn't have to be a complicated process, but it can be super fun and one can enjoy whilst they transform their lives. She's all about creating happiness in the world and how one can empower and strengthen themselves by just making a choice that this is for me or this is how I want to be. And I'm sure Nirali will be live soon, but till then, give me just 1 minute so that I can share the link. And meanwhile, I hope you're enjoying this beautiful background music that's playing.
Yeah, everyone, this is Nirali Shah, and we will begin the conversation in a minute. I hope if you are with us, you've already joined us. Please share a hi, say a hi, and we're actually going to have quite educative conversation today. So stay with us, be with us.
everybody. And while Nirali joins us, I welcome you all again to the Alchemy of Being channel. And if you've gone through the videos, you will know that, there have been discussions on many, many topics, and also the videos of live one and live two on baby blessings for mom with Nirali Shah are there. Do check out if you haven't checked out yet, because there are some beautiful insights and lots of information that we explored through these conversations we had over the past 2 weeks on should what is baby blessings and how this unique program is rightly launched in the need of the hour, or in the modern times.
Okay, I'm gonna take 1 more minute. There are some technical issues and I'm looking to resolve it. So, apologizing for the delay in the conversation. You gotta give me a minute. Okay.
Great.
Yay!
Hello, Nirali.
Hi. Finally, I wasn't able to share a link in a certain place, so wow,
Hmm.
I had
I
to.
think technology is being our friend and foe many times.
Yeah, especially when you're getting late, technology has to do something funny. Well, anyways, that's all part and parcel of life, and that's exactly where we are going today.
Yeah.
That how to
So,
make all the difficult, obstacle filled, troublesome parts of life, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, psychological, and well, and I think now this thing is becoming more and more a less and less a taboo, and more of people accepting and acknowledging the part that they really don't have to get into any psychological
hmm,
conflicts about life, but they can actually come to resolve things. And well, it feels so beautiful when you have tools available in front of you and people are ready to choose those tools. So it feels really really good. It really good. So
wow. I mean, you just started it off right for me. So I was just, going to introduce how in the last live we were talking about how this newly launched program of yours came in the right time. We were talking about how it's rather going to be a need in the modern times, and how parents get a unique opportunity of consciously and positively influencing their babies right in the womb. So the topic of today's discussion is how is a single program called Baby Blessings supporting not just the baby but also mothers of many levels. And as promised, Nirali is here to answer all our questions, and we're going to have some fun exploring this. So let us start with this, Nirali.
okay.
Why should anyone invest in early child development? Why choose something holistic instead?
Wow, very interesting question, and quite right at the place where people will have the questions about investment. And usually where we make our investments.
Wherever we're getting profits. And I think now the market is all talking about investing in the right places.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, in front of, when I'm talking to corporates and, entrepreneurs, I always ask them that, a good businessman knows where to invest. And
True.
what would be that place? They know, that anything Uh, okay, so I'm not going to respond to that. You tell me, what is a good place to invest in?
I think definitely the one that I can be sure it's going to get me long-term returns, or I know that this is the time to invest, because if you're talking about stocks and all also, people say it's very important to take the right action at the right time, because one might just miss out an opportunity just thinking and delaying what to do with it. And when we just know that this is it and this is definitely going to help, that's where I would rather go and invest.
Correct. So somewhere where you see your benefit, where you see there is a profit, and something that is also uh, generating benefits on the long run. That is a place to invest.
Yeah,
So, if you're investing in a mutual fund or a real estate, or including your, when it comes to education of the child, then, right before the baby is born, where and which are the schools where, he will go, like, at the age of 2, 3, like playgroup, everything. Parents are deciding, they're already exploring all these areas.
true.
So, because so many aspects that parents have to look at, when they are thinking about the child's future. And then, once they have planned everything, and they really, also create money according to that. And then they put the child in that school, and then ultimately they realize that, maybe this child is not meant for that school. Or, we're spending so much, but things are not, he's not making the best use of it. Well, all of that is totally a different story. But the point is investing in the right place where you're creating long run benefit, where you're creating 360 degree of benefit, is where a good investment is in the eye of a visionary, or a good investor, or a good parent is always on things like that. Okay. And something, so the baby blessing program, it's about investing in your present, securing your present, earning benefits right now when you invest for it, and you're also investing in the child's future, your future relationship with the child, how your child's personality is going to be built, because how you're being with your child right when he is in the womb, or how you're going to be with a child after the birth, creating, like, investing in a place where you're going to earn long term returns. And the biggest investment in the present time is to have um, less, like, guilt free,
Hmm.
fearless, uh, more enjoyable roles,
True.
whether it is being as parent, whether even if it is in a profession, you're going to look for places that's going to lessen your burden and not add.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything that's going to give you so much, that is a place to invest, and that's where baby blessing is. So what is it that you're going to invest? Definitely your time, your choice. You got to make a choice that, yeah, this is something that's going to be for me. What is it that what else you're going to require? Your willingness and commitment, that I want to be giving that kind of a future to the child. And then comes the financial part,
Hmm.
right? So definitely, and no program, especially the program like this, to really get the best of its value, to really value what you're receiving, because these things are very subtle, and yet they're the crux of life.
Hmm.
There is always an energy exchange, and when you make that energy exchange, you actually own that thing. So, well, you value it, you own it, and you create your life from there. So this baby blessing program is for those parents who are already understanding the idea of conscious parenting,
Hmm.
and this program is going to really plant the seed of conscious parenting.
Right.
Now, conscious parenting is a huge topic. It requires an entire different series dedicated to this topic itself. It's like way more than the word holistic, even can encompass. The meaning and the depth of that word is way bigger. and only words can never suffice. And I'm just very less about words and more about experience.
True.
So, but yes, this program is for those parents who already understand the idea of conscious parenting. They're already looking for places who would help them to become those kind of parents, who are already aware that if I'm investing in myself as mother, as father, as parents, if we are investing in myself, in my well-being, in my holistic well-being, which includes your emotional, mental, uh, uh, you know your physical, all aspects, is directly going to influence how my relationship with my child is, and how my child will be raised, or how his personality, his behavior, his actions, and his relationship with his own self is going to be like. It I'm going to play that big role in my child's world. Not just putting him in the right school will accomplish that role, or making him see that, oh, how much this is you got to be this professionally, or you got to bring this many medals when you are accomplishing your college or your career. Not that, because that will happen as a product of what he becomes or she becomes. So parents who understand their role, and yet they would not like to take parenting as a serious business. Because when you become a serious parent, you really become a helicopter parent. There was this beautiful film where a Kajal worked, like, she acted so beautifully, helicopter. She plays a role of a helicopter mom who's constantly hovering around her child, and how her child, like, how basically both of them help each other out of that scene. But for that, they had to go through recognizing their own weaknesses and own strength and their own emotion, then they had to converse all of that. But this is what you become as parent if you take parenting too seriously, and then somewhere you actually forget the idea of parenting, and you just take that word, but actually make it fun, make it easier. And when all of that is possible, then you are not, as parents, carrying your past baggages. You could be regret free as parents when you are ready to be guilt free, regret free, pain free from your own past experiences. And that I don't want to add these heaviness, my frustration, my dreams, unfulfilled dreams in the child's world. I want my child to be the way it is, with all its skills and all its capacity, and I will play the role of a gardener who will make sure that it gets all the right sort of nourishment at the right time. In plantation, when you are a gardener, it's so important for the gardener to know that which plant to give water when, at what time,
Yeah.
depending upon seasons it's changing, depending upon the positions of the sun, depending upon the typical atmosphere of a certain city. Mumbai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, different cities, what kind of plants will grow and what kind of seeds will grow in which time. So somebody who's constantly skilled at that, and then also enjoys, it's effortless for a gardener to know all of this. It
Yeah.
touches the earth and it just knows that how, what is required in it, how much nutrients are required, खाद कब लगेगा, पानी कब लगेगा, all of this. So enjoying that process
Yeah.
of parenting, and also enjoying self being that parent. Like, I know there's so many parents, and I've worked with kids for like long time. End of the day, when the mothers have dealt and they are on some really responsible jobs as lawyers and doctors, and in corporate world, they're coming home dealing with like so much of competition and so much of you know uh, corporate politics and all of that. They're coming home, and then their child is like mama, because they haven't seen the child, like each other for an entire day, and the child wants that attention, and it does all sort of naughty things to grab mom's attention, and mom like, oh please, I want to take rest, just just leave me alone for a little while. And child like, why mama is pushing me away? All of this is taking place, and we're not saying that these things will not occur, but then you'll actually be able to attend to the child in the way it requires, or explain to the child the way it requires, when you are in a relaxed place. And all of this begins from the journey of your first connection with the child, which is the womb, which is soon after the baby is born.
And
yeah,
you've covered so many aspects, and you also told how this program is holistic. And remember, Nirali, every time we have a discussion on your services or so, you tell me step by step how each service is influencing the person or adding to the person in various levels. And since we're talking about baby blessings adding to the mom's world, could you tell us how this is adding to the physical health of the mom? Because you told me, like, the mother is going through intense transformations and everything is new. And we were also exploring how she goes through just so much. So, and that, how is this program adding that relaxation or just nurturing her during this time?
Yeah. So, okay, let's start from the physical aspect first of all, and to even bring anyone to understand, every mother knows, or even the to be mothers know that how much of a vulnerable time it is when you are going to be a mom, and vulnerable in every way, in a lot of physical transformation, a lot of emotional transformation. You're changing as a person also, your personality is transforming also. It's like an upgradation, and I always say that any transformation is a little bit challenging. And the best way to transform is that you enjoy each aspect of the transformation, and you are aware that this is a transformation taking place, and you really be part, like you with each of that. And because this is such a vulnerable period for moms, that's why there is, in our culture in India, we have this tradition that mothers, because it's a self-care time for her, the ones who are pregnant women go to her mother's place, because that's where she can spend time for herself. She can spend time for all of this transformation, because a lot of her needs will be taken care of. But in the present world, that is something may be possible for many, but may not be possible for many when you're working in a distant family, or maybe if you don't have a family member present, if you're in abroad countries, a lot is there. Sometimes it's your job, it's your work which doesn't allow you to really get to that place, because it's your responsibility and you may be working till the end. So these are the things. But with all of that, the transformation remains the same. It doesn't come with the thing that you're dealing with so many things, this transformation. So all the physical health transformation that takes place during the pregnancy, starting from morning sickness to headaches to fatigues to changes in the blood sugar to hormonal imbalance, all of these areas for mothers going, like in the process of delivery, what all happens? Prolonged labor, physical body trauma, because of extreme pain. Sometimes the blue babies are born, which itself is trauma for baby and the child. infection during the delivery period, abnormal presentation of fetus, injuries in the uterus. So this is the delivery period physical, issues that a woman goes through. And then comes the part of after delivery, post delivery, physical issues for the mom, which is body aches, hormonal imbalance. If you've gone through cesarean and not normal delivery, then complications related to cesarean, side effects of the medication, fever, again, different kind of infections in different places. Now, the baby blessing sessions, the first thing, as we calling it a holistic session, it helps you to ease out so many of these issues. If you're a new mom going through pregnancy, first few months of pregnancy issues, during the delivery, whatever you experienced, there are people who've also taken sessions right before delivery. There are doctors, in fact, who have taken sessions right before the delivery to have more relaxed and ease with delivery, where their blood pressure is normalized, where they're they're not worried and tensed about the entire process of delivery. Sometimes the mothers also carry the past trauma of miscarriage, which also becomes part of you, as part of your body. So sometimes that also comes in the way during the period of delivery. That trauma, bodily trauma, I'm not even talking about the psychological trauma, I'm talking about the bodily trauma, that also comes in the way. So with this session, one of the things that it is going to work upon is to help you heal faster, take you in a place, session after session, take you into a place where the body has its own magical healing capacity. But that can only happen when you are connecting to that part of you where you are actually, telling the body to, create the healing magic that it's available within it. So we really do that, and whatever the process of healing, is for that specific mother, it totally decreases. Like, if it's going to take a month's time or 2 months time, it reduces. Like, something can be it goes down into 15 days to sometimes 5 days. It can totally decrease. But what happens, the benefit of that is that you're more energized, you're suffering less because of whatever, because after the delivery you definitely taking care of all of these health issues, but at the same time you're also taking care of the baby and baby's needs and adjusting to baby sleep cycle and baby, like, feeding and learning to change nappies at different timings and trying to clean and bathe baby, so many things. Now you have all these health issues, and if, many times, even if everybody is there around you to help you, there are certain things that only you can do as mothers. Even if your mom is there, she's like helping you, supporting you in every way, certain things you're still going to need. So easing out all of these health issues, many women were able to get back to their work easily, even after complications. Like, I've worked on cases where the girl was PCOD, and she had a lot of issues. So delivery was also it could have been very, very complicated. That kind of got solved, but then the person was back to work also. Like, if she had taken like a leave for a month's time, then maybe in 20 days she was able to go back to her work. So that could be a possibility, but that's not the only thing that we are targeting. For every individual, the entire process is very, very different. So physically, I would say that this session helps the mothers to be more stable and more energized, and more relaxed to handle whatever is going on in her body.
Yeah. And Nirali, like when you were mentioning all the physical changes or the complications that might come, even hearing it kind of got me so much anxiety, or I'm like, oh my god, how is the person dealing? So definitely the person who's dealing with it might have so much emotional and psychological turmoil. So
Yeah.
how is this actually helping ease out on the emotional level and psychological level?
Yes. So you
And
know.
Nirali, just
Yeah.
let me, share a couple of memes that I had seen so that, you also know what I'm actually looking at or what's in my mind exactly. And
Yeah. Please share it on the
so
screen.
would like it too. Just a minute. So, are you able to see this?
Yeah. Something is just coming on the screen. Yep. I can.
Okay. So, it's funny, it's cute, and it says mood swings in pregnancy. So, 9 a.m. says, I'm so happy. My life is just perfect. And then level
Yes.
11, it goes, everything is horrible. One goes, I really love you so much. I'm pretty sure for the baby. And then 3 p.m. it goes, who said I'm angry? I'm not angry. 5 p.m. says, what a day. 6 p.m. goes, I'm okay, but I'm crying. 9
I'm not crying, but I'm crying.
and then 10 p.m. is like, life is incredibly funny. And 10 p.m. goes, now I'm definitely crying, but I don't know why.
Yeah. This is
So
called extreme mood swings. And this could happen during pregnancy and post pregnancy, I mean, post delivery. So, yeah.
let me show you just one more too. Uh, okay. Oh, just give me a minute. I think
Yeah.
technology is playing with me too. And this. Yeah. So can you see it, Nirali?
No, not yet. Okay, now I can.
Yeah. So this is, pregnant thoughts. And I love how they beautifully, dissected and allotted places. But it goes, one is for sleep, one says healthy baby, impending pain or general terror. How is case bump so small? The comparison that goes on with other moms. And I feel like a blob. And then it says, baby, please don't grow up to be a circus performer or kind of person who uses the word unironically. Or, one says cheeseburgers, totally on the cravings. And the other says stuff I'm supposed to do but can't remember. I mean, and these are just, I think, very few of the many emotions that mothers keep going through. But as fun as they seem, probably the one who's going through knows what it feels like.
Exactly, exactly. And then there is this one part which it didn't have, that is, cravings of food on different times and excess thoughts, and I'm not able to sleep, and how will my baby be like, and all of these thoughts. So, see, a lot, and sometimes, with this, I'm also, coming to this understanding that sometimes, baby is also going through some emotions.
Hmm.
And
True.
sometimes there is this mixed emotion that mother feels and she doesn't know from where they are coming. And it's actually coming from the baby. Maybe baby is trying to speak to mom, baby is trying to show her something, her reflection to life, or his reflection to life. That's also possible. But all of this, in that, like, leave putting it on the pregnancy basket, it's really really good. Like, you can just blame it everything on the pregnancy basket, that it's because of this. But then, when you're going through all of this, but then there are sometimes even unresolved places because of uh, your since this is a vulnerable time, as I already mentioned, lot of your childhood memories also surface during this time. Your childhood emotions also surface at this time. And it's not necessary that these are all only happy memories. Sometimes, these are some of those memories that you feel that I will not do this with my child, or I
Hmm.
don't want to do this with my child, or I will make sure that my child never goes through this. So all of these, but even if when you're saying that I don't want my child to go through this, somewhere you are still stuck in that pain, in that emotion. It could simply be, a stressful time that you had during exam, or the time when nobody understood you as a, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, or as a 7-year-old. Uh, these emotions, when they're stuck in your world, even if you want that to not go to your child, it's already going to the child because it's there within you and your child is already connected.
Yeah.
So this is where, this actual nurturing of the child begins with everything that you are as a mother. And so, when we say this at this point, for any mother, it might feel, yeah, it's such a big responsibility. Being a mother, whatever I'm thinking, my child is, it's getting in my child's world.
Hmm.
So what do I do? Well, you got to be everything that you are, and you got to learn how you're going to add, all your strengths and weaknesses, and how, showing the child that how you're going to deal with both
Hmm.
with confidence. And that is what the child is going to learn. Child will also have his or her own weaknesses and strengths, but how mother is going to deal with it. So anyways, we went into a totally different track, but
Right.
all the emotional things that a mother goes through during a pregnancy, delivery, post pregnancy, uh, one of the things that the sessions help with is to completely detox the stress.
Hmm.
Every day you are filled with 10,000 things in mind. When you come for the session, it really punctures all the excess toxin thoughts, and it removes it, so you're basically left with something that really is required for you. And all the excess thought that's creating sleepless nights for mothers, which is actually not helping her to rest well emotionally, in her body, the rest that she requires because of excess thoughts, she gets that rest.
Right.
Person requires a real good sleep after all of this, so that the body can heal better
Hmm.
and well. But then when they are not getting that sleep because of these excess thoughts, somewhere we're not allowing the body to heal. So one of the things that it does is, there's nothing but just any mothers who have a tendency of taking stress, or situation around mother is stressful, and she feels that I really want to work upon my stress, then these sessions will greatly help. But that's not the only place where the sessions help, because you come for one session, every part will be touched.
Right.
So emotionally, uh, as I spoke about the fear part, the trauma part, sometimes, as I said, mothers are carrying their past miscarriage
Hmm.
trauma. It's there, having the pain of losing the baby, and having another baby in front, you're already constantly reminded of that, all of this. But then this baby that is right in front of you, that baby is also getting that energy.
Right.
So the idea of conversation is that all of this is happening in your world, and
Hmm.
all of this is going, but then there is a way where you can clear all of this. And what are the benefits of not getting into all of this muck of emotions and thoughts? What are the benefits?
I think to be in that moment and enjoy that bond and that period, just share that loving bond, and you'll be so happy to actually enjoy the period of pregnancy and handling the baby.
Yeah, you can actually be there for the baby
Yeah.
without this baggage. It's like you're climbing the mountain with 50 kg baggage on your back, and then you're climbing the mountain with just 2 kgs of backpack. You're having just required things in your bag. So that is the difference, 50 kg and 2 kgs ka difference. So that dealing with the same situation this way. Another, and this is one of the major thing of the modern time that most mothers are experiencing, that is postpartum depression. So after delivery, when it's time to actually adjust to the baby's behavior and your baby's needs, somewhere it's observed maximum of present time moms do experience postpartum depression. I wonder how much awareness is there amongst women about this postpartum depression. But then the symptoms of those are severe when it comes to mother and mother dealing with a child. One of the main and the biggest symptom is that the mother doesn't feel the bond with the child,
Hmm.
or mother totally wants to run away from the child. Mother feels shameful that she has no love for the baby, and many times she may not talk, many times she may cry, because then there's the overwhelm of emotions taking place in our world. And at the same time, uh, um, other things such as having lost interest in everything in life. She just wants to cut off of everything, just wants to lie down, she just wants to be alone, and being a mother she can't do that.
Hmm.
She has to take care of the child. And however happy she was earlier that I want to be a mom and all that, at this period she feels, why I'm not having those feelings, those emotions. And it's quite a complicated period when you're going through that, and this phase passes. For many it goes away in like 2 weeks time, um, with right support and nurturing loving environment. But for many that doesn't become possible. And
And
in that period, if at all you have to deal with your work and other responsibility, you feel you don't have the energy to do anything. You don't feel, your mind can never concentrate on a certain task, and you feel the frustration of that I'm not able to focus on anything, I'm forgetting things, like how it was written in that memes. So in
Nirali,
yeah.
I would like to add, like, when you were mentioning, is it always the moms that are facing? Because, parents, as new parents, somewhere even the father might have stakes in, what's going on because it's all new for both of them.
Yeah,
So,
good point. So while the mother is feeling unworthy, helpless, hopeless during the postpartum period, there are research papers that's also showing that fathers could be experiencing postpartum depression symptoms as well. However easy it is for mothers to showcase and visible these symptoms are in a mom, it's very difficult to identify these symptoms in father. But one of the thing is that they somewhere have a urge of running away from this responsibility of being a father. For a little while it could be longer, we don't know. But when these symptoms are not dealt with, or it's just ignored, somewhere the biggest block, or biggest what we call it, belief system or a programming that we would instill in the child's world is that of depression tendency.
mm,
So the child will show, parents perhaps didn't have this, but during this period whatever they experience, somewhere the child is going to exhibit throughout his life these depressive tendency, where he'll feel low immediately in a certain, and then we feel parents are so strong, and we also went through all of this, and why my child is feeling like that, tumko kuch nahi hua, nothing has happened, come on, get up, do it. But the child is going through that at that point. So from where a certain depressive tendency comes in, this could be one of those places too. So it's very important to deal with the postpartum depression. But then, to the two ways the baby blessings help here is one, you are you can totally eradicate the possibility of going into the postpartum depression with right set of sessions from the beginning. That way it works. At the same time, if you're already going through this and if you choose to come for this program, well, it'll create a lot of speed and ease in how easily you're going to come out of that, but also not allow those depressive seeds to be planted in your child world, because we are reversing all of that in this entire baby blessing process. Yeah. So, well, that
And
emotionally, psychologically, and
I
mentally.
think we're left with the spirit level. So, maybe
Yeah.
quickly we'll understand that too.
Yeah. So, it's like mind, body, emotion, psychology, and then spirit. So, when your body is feeling great, when your mind is empty, your emotions are happy, psychologically, you're feeling super confident to handle your situation, then we actually be able to connect to spirit, which is you, basically your strength, your skills. And this is where we nurture the seeds of you as a mother, the loving, nurturing, caring person that you are, or the father, who's constantly going to care for the child. Well, we nurture this part of you. We bring about this positive energy that flows in you as a person for your child, and then we connect beautifully, energetically during the session with your child, sharing all the love, confidence, positivity, strengths, positive affirmations that the child requires. So this is entire process that takes place in in one session, and then session after session, where we clear these first, we give you more ease to that, and then you come to a place where you're actually connecting to your child in the most beautiful way, and that's where actually the core of baby blessing begins. The
Wow.
right nurturance in the womb place, or after that, but this is where it begins. So
Hmm.
it's so important to clear the previous baggage to come to this. But yeah, that's where the holistic ideology of the baby blessing sessions kind of sum up.
And the process is really interesting, how subtly each and every detail is being taken care of with great deal of attention. So, you mentioned about this, but if a parent is interested, so how do they choose this program?
Yeah. So one of the things that I would like to invite every parent to join me on 23rd of February for the experience of this session, because when we are talking about all of this, it's still a pizza coming on your YouTube channel or a TV. But unless it might just give you an understanding, or it might just give you a feel that this is something that I must eat or I must try somewhere. But unless you don't order that pizza at your home, you never know actually get the experience of pizza. So the idea is, this session is not about words, it's about experience, and it's about actualizing this entire idea of feeling lighter, having more ease, connecting to the child on a totally different level, beyond going beyond this level of worries and stress, and connecting to the baby, and actually nurturing. The actual idea of nurturing comes in this session. So uh, 23rd of February is where we're actually going to converse about this entire program. We're going to actually give you the experience of this session. So any moms who would like to really opt for it for now, for the future, well, this is a place, this is a chance to come about. So you can definitely go into the link. It'll be in YouTube, it'll be on my Facebook, it'll be on my Insta, to really go and opt for it. These sessions uh, can be taken in various ways. One is your personal session with me that takes place specifically focused on your requirement depending upon what all complications that you're going through.
Mhm.
Secondly, when there are organizations and groups who are already dealing with new moms, then they can opt for these programs for group, healing sessions, group baby blessing sessions, and it could, really create, the group vibe and kind of a support that mothers require on a different place, but totally, in group creating the change and positive vibration. So well, that can be arranged for anyone who's interested in that. I'll be doing, on and off such, one day experiences and one day program announcements. So you can keep in touch with me through my Insta, through YouTube to know, when next is the baby blessing session coming up, and you can opt for that. So, well, that is how, the entire, but then you got to, connect with me and, come for the experience on that. So,
I think with that, I'll just quickly sum up, what just like what I could take in and something, the points that the mothers could do. So, on a lighter note, even if I'm ordering pizza तो खत्म हो जाएगा experience करने पर, but this baby blessings once experience, it's going to be a long term investment. So I can actually have the experience now and the benefits even in the long term. So it's benefiting the mother and the child, and it's actually sowing those seeds, like you said, sowing the right seeds is so important, and that sowing seeds of happiness and nurturance and love, so that the baby is carrying forward in the future. And then you were talking about postpartum depression and how it not only affects mothers, but somewhere even the fathers are affected by it, and how these sessions can be taken by both the parents, and how it's still adding to their loving relationship, and how it just takes one choice to a totally different reality, and how this is making possible to break the chain of the pain cycle that we keep going through generations and from our own childhood. So these were really good key insights that I found out. But as viewers, if you did find some which you really liked, then do share in the comments. And you can always go and look back on the first and second live that happened. And I did mention the topics in the beginning. And also for, being in touch and knowing about more such topics. And definitely Nirali is going to come up with more topics. So, and many people would be connecting to them. So do subscribe to the channel, and anybody who wants to get in touch with Nirali, even the link for WhatsApp would be given, so they can have a one-on-one conversation. And personally, I would say do look at different other programs that Nirali is organizing for all of us, not just mothers, but specifically mothers here. And I think we'll see you next time.
yeah, with a different topic maybe.
Yeah. But
So
until
I would like to end today's session with a small crisp from a conscious parenting book.
then,
It says, our children play heavy price when we lack consciousness. Most of them are unhappy because of parents' unconsciousness. We bequeath to them our own unresolved needs, unmet expectations, frustrated dreams. Despite our best intention, we enslave them to the emotional inheritance we received from our upbringing, from our parents. Only through awareness can the cycle of pain that swirl in the families end. And the baby blessing sessions are really, really meant to bring an end toward, the past way of parenting and bringing in a totally new, refreshed way of nurturing the babies.
and that's one for the modern moms and modern babies and everybody who's modern here.
Yes, anyone's ready for a different possibility for them. And with that, everybody take care, and I hope to see you on 23rd of February. Take care, stay in touch, and bye bye.